wife sent me a message and I said LOL, and she like hates that. And so I deleted it real quick and said nice instead. And then she said, I saw that. You're 35. It's like, all right.
You should have responded to that with a LOL.
LOL. That's like when I always told her I'd say word when I didn't want to talk to someone or like continue a conversation. And then one time I said word to her and she's like, really? I was like, fuck.
Can't expose your secrets like that, dude.
I know. I talk too much, which brings me here.
Yeah, man. Good call, player.
Where we will be talking just enough.
That's your new one. I know it is. Good call, player.
Oh, yeah. I've been hitting that one. Good call, player.
Yeah. Whenever I'm trying to make a point that I think's a really good one, he'll nod and go, good call, player. I'm like, oh, so you disagree and you want me to shut up? Right. All right.
Not only do I disagree, I don't even care enough to defend my opinion. Good call, player.
All right, so I need to watch out for that, is what you're saying.
Oh, Christian, I'd never do you like that, man.
Dude, he does it to me like 6 times a day, so we're good.
AJ hits me with 100% of his mind, and I gotta find that 35% that was intended for me.
Yep,
that's fair.
True.
And I do the same to him.
It's fair. I got a lot going on.
And he goes, well, I mean, I don't know, man. He says, I don't know, man. That's his dismissive.
Yeah. I don't know what mine is.
I don't know, man. As in, I don't care for you to know what I think about this.
I think maybe on. Christian, maybe yours is fair. Fair.
Oh, yeah. I guess that is probably it.
Like fair. Okay. It's like, don't agree with you, but understand your point. Being nice.
Yeah. Like,
no more words, please. That's that. We should just start saying that and see how far.
Much... You know what? I'm good.
We ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I think so. Mock and roll.
Ooh.
Oh, you should have saved that one, dude.
Dude.
Babe, fucking footnote that.
Footnote that.
Dude.
RDR in the house. We're back and better than ever.
That's right.
Episode 4 of Season 2. Yeah, we're in Season 2. This is our second year. We're more experienced now, boys. We don't fudge around anymore.
That's right.
So today we are doing some mock draft pre-combine style. You're about to get it straight up.
Yeah, baby. You better take note because everything's going to change in the next few days.
Yeah.
Got the combine coming at us.
This video is going to be irrelevant the moment it posts. Like,
unless
boom,
we're right.
Doesn't matter.
Unless we're right, and that's why we do it, and that's why we record it.
No, but I mean even our opinions are going to change by the time this video goes live.
Oh, 100%.
But I like because it's, I mean, let's talk about this. It's rookie time. Like, we're all sleep deprived because we've been watching film. And when you go through so much information so quickly, if you don't leave a little breadcrumb trail, you can get lost, man. You can get lost in the hype. And so I love doing this pre-combine because this is just film, just stats. It's none of the noise that's about to hit us. It just gives you a little baseline. So later on you can remember something you might not have just because you put it down on paper.
Hey man, you can still get something pregnant with some pre-com. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
God, that was so like insightful and nice, and then AJ just ruined it.
Hey man.
So hey, good call, player.
That's a dynamic right here.
That's what I do, baby. You think that's excruciating? Wait till I edit this together later, and I'm like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Happens quite often.
It's
I
fun.
guess I shouldn't make fun of you. You have to listen to it twice. I can choose if I want to listen to it.
That's true. That's true. But I get double the knowledge from our extensive research. So with that said, you guys want to dive into a rookie mock draft?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think personally we should give Christian the 1-1. He's the 1-1 in one of the leagues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Traded for it.
Yeah.
Just don't want to
Didn't
put
know
you out.
I was trading for it.
Didn't want to put you out like you're the worst in the league. He traded for it.
Leap of faith
Oh, gotcha.
style.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
We got a reputation to uphold here. So with that, Daniel, do you want the 1-2 or the 1-3?
You know, I have the 1-5, so I'll take the 1-2 so I can fall
Okay.
on that.
I'll take the 1-3. Perfect.
And I'm
Who
gonna
put that? Oh, are you switching these?
yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, don't take too long. That's because
I mean, you can just type the name in there. You know that.
Yeah. Well, I got to look at my notes because I'm going to. You cool with typing? Because I'm just going to look.
No, I got the type down, bro.
Okay.
yeah, he's making
Gotcha.
fun of me. He's trying to backtrack, trying to make me look like a fool over here.
So we
Oh,
got
goodness.
it. We got it up. So here's our mock. Let's get after it, boys.
Yeah, so as of right now, the 1-1, it's got to be Breece Hall. I mean, we don't know where he's going yet, but he's just like the best all-around back right now. I don't know. He doesn't have the like speed or burst that you like to see that like is that wow factor, but he's just the most solid producer ever. And he did it behind like the not the greatest offensive line, so he kind of proved that that's not a hindrance to him. And just, I mean, the production speaks for itself. You just got to trust. Sometimes it's just easy who it should be, you know?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, yeah. I would have done the same
Hey,
thing.
man.
in
Anyone that
place.
can hold off an all-star like Kane and Wangu, I'm just saying. You know it's good shit.
That's fine. Are we going to just go? Yeah, never mind.
You know I got to throw a Vikings reference in there, bro. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I guess I'm up with the 1-2, and I kind of feel like this is the hardest pick of the draft because the obvious choice is not the choice I want to make. So for the sake of being awesome and being a mock draft, I'm just gonna shoot my shot, man. I'm just gonna throw Drake London out there.
I like it.
I mean, I've talked about Drake London quite a bit, but this guy, pretty good size, 6'4", 210, had an injury, but I think in 8 games he put up over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's been a force for the past couple of years with USC, and he is US nasty, if you ask me. So
I agree with that one, man. I mean, my consensus got him number 1, baby. So I guess I'm gonna go with old Traylon Burks here.
Okay.
sweet.
I think I got to. I mean, geez, all over the place. He's just the 1-1 out of all these fantasy pros out there. And I mean, what was it that you called him? A tank on wheels?
A tank with the turbo.
Tank with the turbo. And like it really shines through. And I mean, if we're mocking,
Go with your heart, man.
you got to.
Yeah, so much is
Yeah.
about to change. You might as well just go with your raw instinct.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Burks to me is probably the most like boom potential, and that's why I think a lot of people are going number 1 with him. Because I mean, with that just body type and his athleticism, you don't see it very often. But it is one of those I could see it like backfiring. I remember like the same thing was happening with DK Metcalf, where people were all over him or all completely against him because it's like, oh, you know, like,
Right.
is that really going to translate over? It worked for DK. We got to see what happens with Burks, but
Yeah, I think the AJ Brown comparison is just getting people
Yeah.
really, really excited, and I mean, that's a guy to be excited about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm super excited about him. And I think depending on the landing spot, I'd be even more excited. The whole reason I didn't just pick him is because I love Drake London, and
yeah.
I've loved him
definitely.
for multiple years. So this is my this is my moment. But also, he's going to have to transition from a slot receiver into the outside.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that transition affects him.
Yeah, that's the only part that scares me is like just that transition, and he's got to prove at basically a new position. But I'm with you. The potential, I mean, it's got me thinking about doing it. Especially, I think he's kind of perfect. I know this doesn't happen a lot, but people like me that have like a pretty solid roster can take more of a risk on a guy transitioning based on pure athletic talent. Because I have 3 guys right here, these top 3 guys in the wide receiver class, and I think all of them could be superstars. I think they're all like 1A, B, and C, and it'd be Burks, London, and then the guy I'm going to pick, which is Garrett Wilson. I have them all right there, but Burks to me is the probably not the most guaranteed one in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
if that makes
the
sense.
least sure thing.
Yeah, because it is all based on almost just like, okay, you can see why he would be good at it, but we haven't seen him do it. Whereas somebody like Garrett Wilson has been doing it, and he blew me away with his tape. I instantly rocketed him up to my number 1. I just think this guy's incredible. He's got strong hands, really quick routes, awesome acceleration. That was what really set it apart for me, is like he just caught a pass at a standstill and then just took off. And I was like, damn, that guy can move.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of similar qualities that made me really fall in love with like Jahan Dotson, where it's just like, it just looks pretty. Like his game is just so smooth and fun to watch, dude. Yeah, he absolutely blew me away. So for me to get him after those 2 guys, I'm super stoked.
Yeah, dude.
You should be, man.
It's going to be insane between Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, and then
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, all going to be first rounders.
Dude, and then there's like the underclassmen at Ohio State are also monsters. Like they're losing 2 studs this year, and they just never miss, man. That's why that's the whole thing with Ohio State wideouts. It's hard not to love what they're doing there.
Yeah.
So, but I think you're
have
smart,
the eye
man.
for it.
Yeah.
I like what you're saying about considering Traylon Burks at the 1-1, and you're talking about having a solid roster, but having lucked into that pick through a trade. I think even if you're rebuilding, like that's a long-term player that's going to be a cornerstone for your roster. So even if you are more needy in the running back game, it's hard to take him over Breece Hall, but it's not a bad call.
Yeah.
If you look at the longevity you get with the wide out. So.
Especially if you got some running back hungry guys in your league, you just tease that little carrot in front of their faces and be like, so what can I get for that guy at the 1-3 that wants to shoot up and take Breece Hall? And I'm looking down Drake London, Garrett Wilson, and Treylon Burks. You're like, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, the thought of the way this mock is going versus the way our actual draft would go, it's ridiculous. Like running backs are so premium in a single quarterback league like we're playing in, like we're mocking at right now.
Yeah.
That any one of these guys will probably be available at the 1-5 or later.
So
for sure.
With that said, who are you taking here at the 1-5?
Well, let me give a recap because there was a ton of good info. So we went Breece Hall, Drake London, Treylon Burks, Garrett Wilson, and then I have to take Kenneth Walker. And I feel like you have to be happy with Kenneth Walker at the 1-5. I don't think I would count on it. I actually have the 1-5, and I don't know how I feel about Kenneth Walker. He's obviously amazing. He had an incredible year, but I've said a few things about him in our running back breakdown episode where he's quick and he's powerful. He gets to the edge. I do worry about the up the middle stuff and all that. So obviously he's going to make an impact and probably end up being a bell cow. But it'd be cool if he was bigger. But I like him. No further ado.
Yep. I like that pick a lot, man. I think at the 1-6, I'm gonna take
Marshall.
I'm gonna double down here. I know I don't need to take him, because I'm aware of how you guys feel about this guy, but I'm doubling down on myself because I'm really, really fond of this guy, and I'm going to take George Pickens here. And just because it's a mock, and just like I said, I want to double down. I really like this guy, man. 6'3", 201. Like, he's not the strongest guy, but what I love about him, he has insane body control. I'm calling him a cross between Mike Williams and a cat.
Oh.
Like, this
so
guy's
it's going to land on his feet?
Exactly.
Instead
100%.
of his shoulder?
Yeah.
Jesus, Mike Williams.
But what I love about this guy, a huge catch radius. Just he can run routes. Dude, his dad was Carl Pickens. Like, this guy's got the pedigree. He's got the size. He's got amazing hands. His only weakness is, I mean, we're looking at injuries, and we're looking at he's not the best off the line. He's not very strong. So I feel like give it a year. Let the NFL, with all these trainers, get him some strength, bulk him up a little bit, because he has the talents that you can't teach and the weaknesses that you can improve on in the NFL. And I really like that in a guy.
So I am actually kind of with you on the talent. The reason I'm so down on him is actually other stuff. And it's just personal, like, red flag stuff that I don't like. Well, he wasn't super fast to begin with, I thought, and then he tore his ACL. So, like, I'm worried about that. But honestly, it's mostly that he got suspended for violating team rules and already kicked out of a game for fighting. And he's been injured. And I'm just kind of like, that's just too many red flags for me personally to want to take him early. But the talent, I'm with you. He's fun to watch. And
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Do go on?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, I like Georgie Porgy myself.
So you're saying you have no other qualms with him. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, I think I'm going to need to see it in the combine.
I'm with him. I wouldn't take him in the first round necessarily, but I am with him that he has a lot of talent. It's like I don't think even if my personal red flags weren't there, I'd still have him like in the middle range, like in the teens or maybe early 20s for talent. So I'm not quite as high on them as you are. But I am with you that he's like a fun player. There's certain people, and we'll actually get on one later, that there's too many flags for me.
Well, shit, get into it, man. It's your pick again, 1-7.
Oh, gosh. Sorry. That computer issue kind of fucked me all up. I'm not sure where I'm at.
What computer issue?
Hey, yo.
Just kidding.
We got a computer solution to that computer issue.
All right.
Yeah.
Just because, why not? It would be fun. Let's just go ahead and take Jahan Dotson there.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Dude, don't even. I was looking at our last year's draft.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I was thinking Kylan Hill at like the 2-4 maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
There were other people I thought about taking there, but I don't know. It's just fun, and I actually am seeing him get moved higher and higher up these draft boards. So I do think he's going to end up going a little earlier than a lot of us anticipate. But I just love the guy, man. I've got my two favorite receivers. I don't know that like I said, I put Wilson, Burks, and London all in kind of the same class, and then Jahan would be in a class after that. But they're my two favorite receivers to watch in this class. So, yeah, I'll just snatch them up while I can in my little fantasy world.
A lot of fun. Plus, it's pre-combine, so we need to get, all these guys that we have, a true affection for right now, we need to get it all out of our system before it's just, the concrete block pulls them down to the bottom of the sea for forever, so...
Yeah, and, the combine really kind of differentiates people, too.
Hated that, didn't you?
I don't know, Dotson and Olave, I kind of have right next to each other, and so who's better? I kind of just think they're on the same level until we get more information. In my opinion, through me just watching, that's where I'm at.
Well, speaking of, is that where you're going?
No, okay. As much as I obviously I love Chris Olave, but you have to take Isaiah Spiller here for obvious reasons. Isaiah Spiller spilt the beans about being pretty solid. And I think you also have to throw in he's actually a pretty good catcher, and he's got the alpha size to him, more so than a couple of these other guys.
Not to mention 20 years old.
Yeah.
That's awesome as a running back going into the NFL. You don't see that often.
Yeah, and he's so good that he kicked Deshaun Corbin, off the team into Florida State. A running back that is also declared for the draft. So you always see a guy 2 years at Texas A&M, and then he's like, well, I could go start at Florida State because I can't start with this dude on this team. So I think that kind of says a lot. Obviously, I've got my own reservations with Spiller, but now that the entire nation has turned on him, I got to relight my flame, I'm an underdog kind of guy. I think you guys know that about me.
I like it.
That's fair.
Well, I think I'll go with the running back here, too. I'm going to take Kyron off the board.
Yeah, of course.
That's where I was really thinking about going instead of Dotson, so I like it.
I mean, he is on the smaller side, but, man, talk about an all-around back.
Oh, yeah.
He can do it all. It'd be nice to put on a little weight. But, I mean, with that said, maybe he's an anomaly. Maybe he doesn't need that. So
if you're quick enough, you run with power.
Yeah, man.
Do you?
Yeah. If you could put on just a little bit more, even it doesn't need to be a lot. Because I mean, if he puts on 5 pounds, he's less, like 4 or 5 less than Aaron Jones. So that's, I mean, you could look at that kind of production from him. Maybe.
Yeah, and then
he's got the same kind of skill set.
And then what, 7 pounds? Put on 5 pounds, and you're 7 pounds bigger than Austin Eckler. So.
Yeah,
that's
true.
So, all right. Well, let's move on to the 110.
Oh gosh, that kind of screws me. I probably should have just gone ahead and taken Kyron there. Well, since this isn't a real team and it's not going to be damaged by my over reliance on receivers, yeah, I guess. Sorry, Dan. I'll go Chris Olave. Just snatch up all the sick ass receivers. 2 Ohio State boys.
All the Buckeyes.
I was gonna say, who are you, man? You're the running back guy.
Well, all the good ones are gone. I got Brees.
Yeah,
that's all I need.
You're in pretty good shape. That's solid, man. Well, that opens the door for me to definitely do what I got to do. And if we're going pure love,
I know
we're going pure love, I'll just go with David Bell. Because I really, 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 really love that guy. If I tried to give him a hug, though, he'd break it because all he does is break tackles and get yards after contact. But I would be like, this isn't a tackle, man. This is embracing. And he might just make an exception for me.
Yeah.
Not break that love tackle.
I love it, man. Well, I think at the 112, I'm going to take old Jameson Williams.
Obviously.
I think I have to. Obviously, the concerns with the ACL tear, probably not going to play next year, but a taller Deshaun Jackson got me nice and horny, so I appreciate that comparison.
Yeah, you are only picking ACL tears.
Yeah, I guess I am. I had Justin Ross coming up.
So
I guess not ACL.
When I mentioned earlier about like other guys that have too many red flags for me, I actually have Jameson on that kind of list for me. He's still up in my rankings. I think I have him lower than both of you guys, but that's a personal thing. And I just find myself, I would talk myself out of a guy who just tore his ACL and might miss a year, who's solely reliant on speed. Like that's his entire game. It just reminds me too much of Deshaun Jackson, and that's a personal thing. Like those kind of risks I don't like. I just don't take them, which can sometimes screw me because these guys blow up. But I'm with you on like he's an incredible receiver. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, for me, Jameson Williams is the guy that I'm 100% going to take at the 112, but I feel like someone's going to take him before that. So it's like one of those that I don't see myself in a position of actually acquiring.
Yeah.
Personally,
He's going to get drafted by somebody flashy too, because a lot of people need that speed guy.
Raiders.
Yeah.
oh yeah. But just to wrap it up for those who are listening, also if you want to watch on YouTube, we got this nice little template spreadsheet where we're entering all these names, courtesy of moi. Well, not the template, but the the typing. The 1-1 Brees Hall, 1-2 Drake London, 1-3 Treylon Burks, 1-4 Garrett Wilson, 1-5 Kenneth Walker III, 1-6 George Pickens, 1-7 Jahan Dotson, 1-8 Isaiah Spiller, 1-9 Kyron Williams, 1-10 Chris Olave, 1-11 David Bell, and 1-12 Jameson Williams. So that wraps up the first round, and let's get on to the second round, the 2-1 over to Christian.
Yeah, and now I'll go ahead and address that running back need. I'll take Dameon Pierce here. I think the second round is a good spot for him. I could see him going higher if somebody really needs a running back that can reach for him, and I think they're going to get a good one, man. I was just reading an article about, like, apparently he squats 700 pounds or some shit. Like,
I saw that too.
yeah, he's just an animal of a runner. I just like him. He's the guy, not the best running back by any means, but one I liked watching a lot, watching film. And yeah, I'm just excited about him. I know Dan's not as big on him though, so I can let you talk on that. But
yeah. I thought that he was pretty good. I watched his film, and the thing that you're saying about the squatting, you can see that. Like, he runs through contact. It doesn't even slow him down.
yeah.
I don't know if he was that good. He should have got some more work.
Yeah,
earlier.
That's fair. That's the concern.
For me, that the concern was the production, and then when you see that the quarterback of that Florida team is out rushing him by 60 attempts, or it was 40 or 60 attempts, and you're at that point, it just seems play style. So
Yeah, because it's not like his production is bad. He just doesn't have opportunity, which is fair. It's a fair fear, because you're right. If, like, why wasn't he getting more opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about a quarterback that is just running the ball and not creating opportunities for the other people on the team, then you got to think about Kyle Pitts, little Kadarius Toney, stuff from last year.
Are you talking about Kyle Trask?
Right.
I'm not talking about Kyle Trask. I'm talking about the new fella.
Was Kyle Trask a rushing quarterback? Was Dameon Pierce on this team last year? See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but with more weapons,
Mm-hmm. Should have opened up more opportunities for the running back.
Yeah, okay. I
fair.
see it. I see you. I see it. Good. Hey, good call, player. So what's the 2-2? Let's go.
Okay, you want to talk about a guy who got work done? I really, really like Abram Smith. He took a few years to get up and running at Baylor. Had a linebacker.
The linebacker, Abram Smith.
Yeah, the linebacker, Abram Smith. But he had 1,600 yards this year, fellas. A 6.2 average, and he caught a couple of balls. I think he looks good. I think he looks the part. And I'm personally very excited about him. I'm much more excited than you guys, judging by what I'm seeing on the consensus rankings. And he's old.
Yeah. For me, Abram Smith is a guy that I haven't really tuned in on. Like, I haven't really watched, I don't think, really any film. He just hadn't been on my radar because I was just too excited about other guys that disappointed me. Jerome Ford. But something I need to look into for sure. I saw your ranking, and it intrigued me.
I got him lower than you, but honestly, once you get into like 15 on, for me, I need to do more research on those guys anyway. So he's one of the guys I could easily see moving up. But just there's some concerns. The age is one, and then the, like, I don't know, size compare. Like I don't know that his like size will translate to what he needs to do in the NFL. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like his role really works in college. I'm worried about it in the NFL, but I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shit.
Well,
Sorry.
you definitely got my gears turning, so I'll have to
Yeah,
check
I'd
him out
encourage
after
you
this.
guys to definitely check him out.
Well, speaking of a little bit of an older guy, I think I'm going to address the running back position again. And this is, after I made my initial rankings, I'm starting to tilt a bit. So I'm not taking the guy that I had ranked above him, but I'm going to take Rashad White's here.
Yeah.
That guy is, I like him. He's smooth. He's got the hands, and I think he's the type where he's got size and hands where he can make himself a role as a third down back with the potential of opportunity. We see injuries all the time, so depending on the team, I think he could work his way into a third down role, into a 3-down back if, dominoes fall the correct way, I guess, or the right way, not the correct way. Obviously, you don't want injuries, but
Hey, man, the only way a domino can fall is plap. You got to do it.
I like it.
What was the question?
I don't know if you guys got anything on that, but otherwise we can go to the 2-4.
Yeah, he's the I have the whole list of running backs that declared or got invited to the combine, and I watched film on pretty much all of them. Sorry, Bam Knight, haven't got to you yet, but he's one of 3 guys that has 2 plus signs next to his name.
Rashad?
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I really like him too. I actually have him as not my next running back on the list, but the next guy, which leads me to, I'm just going to go ahead and take him, and I can never say his name right, but Tyler Algiere?
That is right.
Okay, it is right. Okay, so I got it. I'm going to take him. It's a bit of a flyer here in the second round because almost weirdly a lot like Abram Smith. I don't think his like role is a power back, and he's a little bit smaller than that for like NFL standards. And he's not really a threat in the receiving game, but man, is he just a powerful runner that's going to score a lot of touchdowns on whatever team he's on. So I'll take that in the 2-4, and maybe he ends up. He doesn't play like this or look like this, but maybe he ends up with a Brandon Jacobs career. I guess that's like the ceiling for power backs. So I guess I'm hoping that. I would have gone somewhere else had you taken Algiere there, but I'll go ahead and snatch him.
Hey, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a toss up between Algiere and Abram Smith, but you guys taking, you going with your heart, so I went with my heart.
There you go. Well, I like it.
In the real world, I think Algiere, if he was sitting there, actually, you know what? We'll just see how it goes. But I think we're higher on Algiere than the rest of the world. But I do think he's another linebacker convert. So,
dude, honestly, that's I like Algiere a lot, and that's speaking to a personal situation of someone who has the 1-7 and the 2-5.
Ooh,
that's
baby.
where things get interesting for me because I need a running back.
Call me.
So I'm looking at Kyron Williams, but I also want that premium receiver. So I'm like, can I get that premium receiver at 1-7? And is like Rashad White or Algiere going to make it at that 2-5? So it's like, it's that high risk, high reward. And also it's just a crapshoot. But those are guys I'm looking at, and considering you guys are in my league, not looking good. Not looking good for those situations. But
let's see. Note to self: trade ahead of the 2-5. Got it.
Damn it! All right, well,
Yeah,
go
man.
ahead with your 2-5.
Hey, I already did
Let's
that.
see.
Off the checklist.
Oh, I did. I traded out of it.
Hey, wait.
You know what? We're not doing that. We're not going.
We're
there.
not talking about
So-
other BYU running backs. We're
yeah.
talking about just
Yeah.
Tyler Algiere, baby.
From a guy that went from Tyler Algiere to Tyler Algiere, we finally figured out how to say his name,
Hell yeah, man.
and it's a good thing. All right, I think I'm up, and I'm gonna. Well, that sucks. Tyler Algiere is pretty much right there in my rankings. Let's see. At this point, oof, man, this is where it gets weird, right?
Yeah, dude.
Like all the hot shots are gone. The top 16 players are, well, I guess the top 12 players are getting a little weird there. Beautiful and weird. Fuck me. All right, let me focus up. Just because I think this is realistic, I think I'm going to take the first quarterback with Kenny Pickett right here.
Okay, I like that.
That's exactly what I was gonna do, and then Algiere just kind of grabbed me at the last second. But I was moments away from saying Pickett, so I'm with you.
We hang out too much.
Yeah.
Great minds.
I like it, man. Kenny Pickett, first quarterback off the board. I think
As he should be.
Damn right, man. And
Oh,
love that guy. It's going to be so interesting to see where these quarterbacks go. 2-6. I think I'm going to take it away here, and I'm going to take a personal favorite coming into this draft pre-combine. I'm going to take Juan Dale
okay.
Robinson, who I'm just a big fan of. I think he's a guy that can be schemed. So let's just hope the right people will pick him up, and hopefully he impresses at the combine. A guy that can play anywhere on the field, and happy about him. Happy about him being on my roster.
It's all about it.
I like it.
I like that. You're just like, I like it because that's not who I fucking wanted, dude.
It's not at all, so I do appreciate that.
Slam dunk for me.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go Hart here again because I just want him on my team. I don't need him if this is like a real team we're drafting, but I'm going Sky Moore.
Damn, dude.
I love Sky Moore. I actually have him. I don't want to spoil stuff for later, but I have him ahead of a few guys that have already been drafted. But I just think he's super fun to watch. The thing I hate about him the most is his stupid fucking number. 24 for a receiver is ridiculous, and we need to cut that out.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, there's two things that I'm concerned about. Obviously, the number's a joke. The first thing is low competition level. And then the second thing is he's kind of smaller and doesn't have a huge catch radius, which is worrying. But other than that, man, for his size at 195, he plays like he's 215. To me, like he just is so aggressive, but it doesn't take away from his movement. So I don't know. I think he has all the skills, just maybe the size is a little lacking. And I'd like to see him compete against not people that aren't very good, I guess, for lack of a better term. But dude, I'm excited about him, and to get him here is great to me.
Oh, I agree with you. I think he's a guy that is going to change in my rankings.
Yeah,
pretty quickly post combine, and definitely maybe post draft.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick him. I was like saying Sky Moore, and then like Kenny Pickett ran out of my mouth.
That's fair.
That's drafting, baby.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull a Christian and draft the guy that AJ is about to draft. So instead of doing that, it was a tough love joke.
When did I do that? Where is that?
Sky Moore. It was a Sky Moore.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea who is about to get drafted. I know who the next player after me being drafted is, but I won't spill the beans on that. Instead, I will just go ahead and take John Metchi.
Okay.
So the other Alabama wide receiver. And this guy, I didn't think he was going to be in this class. He's like super young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But whatever. He's an Alabama wide receiver, and he's pretty damn good at football, and not too much else to say.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he's a really good player. There's a weird amount of guys in this class that have injury concerns, and he's another one.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But my thing with him is just, quite frankly, I think there's people that do his exact role better. And so I think all the teams that need like a premium slot guy are going to go after all these other guys. And so I just don't think he's going to get the landing spot because I think like Dotson, Shakir, and Moore all do like a very similar thing or could in the NFL. And I think all three of those guys do it better than him.
Oh,
So
okay. I agree with you. I like Shakir. I just didn't want to. I'm trying to stay away from unreasonable picks.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I'm just going for my guys at this point, I think.
Shakir, man.
Yeah, same. And I guess I'll do the same thing. I'll take Christian Watson here.
Okay.
Oh, is that what you thought was going to happen? Yeah, well, let's just say he's not going to be going at the 2.9 after the combine. So I'm happy to get him here. Speaking of Juan Dale, honestly, like, profile's just like a Juan Dale, but taller. Faster, long speed. But I like the burst. I like a burst personally from my guy. Shout out to Christian for the burst score direction. But, I mean, I feel like he is going to get plenty of hype post this combine. So,
Yeah, man.
we'll see. Happy to get him here, but I don't expect him to be on my roster either because I think someone's going to reach super hard for him.
Yeah, I think so too.
The 2022 hyperactive hype master 2000.
He's like
3,000.
the Terrace Marshall Jr. of the class.
Yeah. He's a Rashad Bateman of the class.
Yeah,
He's
there's a new Rashad that got this year. We're looking at you, Mr. White.
That's right.
But 210 on the Christian. What you got, man?
So I'm gonna do a little strategy here because there's two guys I want to take, and I think the other one will make it past these next two picks. So I'm gonna go. Let's get the first tight end off the board. I'm gonna go Trey McBride.
Nicely done.
I just think if he can up those touchdowns and become more of a red zone weapon, a tight end that's putting up 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards in college is just somebody I want on my team, especially with Kelsey getting older. I know that doesn't apply to everyone, but for me it does. And so I like him, and you can get him in the late second.
No, I like that move.
Yeah, leave your super team out of this.
Yeah, we have to see it all year. You don't have to remind us on the podcast.
Yeah, speaking of awesome tight ends that only scored one touchdown in a whole season, you know, Kyle Pitts just did it, and he's still amazing. So
Yeah.
could just be.
Hey man, you watched film on Trey McBride. He didn't get in the end zone, but he definitely got you inside the 10 and the 5 a lot, like really often.
Yeah, absolutely.
A crazy amount of time. So
Fucking A, right. Rams. I'm just going to take Tyler Beatty real quick. I really do. I really do with him.
you really Mizzou with him.
I'm going to do. Yeah. I mean, I'm spotting. I got a little color indicator for all my dudes over 35, over 30 catches. And, yeah, a lot of them are in the 30s. A lot of them did really well, you know. Rashad White had 43. You know, Kyron Williams, 42. These are great pass catchers. But 54 is a pretty solid number, and that's the one that Tyler Beatty owns, and he can back that number up with the 1,600 rushing yards, something those other fellas were at least 600 yards shy of on the ground.
Nice.
So
Sounds like a smaller version of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I like it.
he's actually bigger than Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay. Sorry, my bad.
Whatever.
Is he?
I don't know.
He's 5'7", like 205, I thought.
No, that's not true. Let me look
Tyler
it up.
Beatty?
Let me look it up
Look
for
it up.
everybody. He's 5'8", 199.
Okay.
Let me see what Clyde is. Now, this is unofficial.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah, so you never know. Do.
So while you're looking that up,
He's 5'7", 207, so not even close.
not even
He's way
Tyler,
taller.
by 1 inch. And okay, gotcha.
When you're 5'7" versus 5'8", that's a huge inch.
Yeah, dude.
That's a
Yeah,
huge
like
inch.
the difference between 5 and 6 inches, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Or 7 and 8 inches.
Subway.
Oh boy, only in my dreams, sir. So with the 212,
Whoa.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Matt Corral off the board.
Oh, tight.
I'll take the. Is it 2 R's, 2 L's?
Yar. It's only 1 L.
Yeah.
Only 1 L. Matt Corral. I'll just take him off the board. Get a quarterback on my team. I think he's the 2 for me in this class. Even though I hate his touch passes, but everything else I feel like he does pretty well.
Yeah.
He's a competitor, so I like that. So before we move on, I'm just going to recap round 2. So 201, Dameon Pierce. 202, Abram Smith. 203, Rashad White. 204, Tyler Algiere. Algiere?
Yeah.
I already forgot. 205, Kenny Pickett. 206, Juan Dale Robinson. 207, Sky Moore. 208, John Metchi. 209, Christian Watson. 210, Trey McBride. 211, Tyler Beatty. And 212, Matt Corral. So on to the third round. We'll kick it to Christian for the 3-1.
Yeah, so I was also going to go a quarterback with my next pick. That was the 2 I was thinking about, McBride or a QB. And I'm actually not going to take the guy I have number 2. I have Sam Howell in number 2, but I'm actually going to skip over him and take somebody I think is more fun and could possibly end up being better, but I don't think is the better prospect right now. And that's Desmond Ritter. I have Desmond Ritter as my 3A and Matt Corral as 3B. I think they're kind of on the same page as me where they're really exciting, but they have areas they need to fix. And so I was going to go Ritter anyway, just personal preference. But I like the Corral pick. And yeah, now I got my quarterback. So
Hell yeah, man.
let's do it. Can I just have this roster? I feel like I'd be really really hyped to just start a league with the roster I already have.
Yeah. I mean, it would be fun for anyone to have 12 picks in a rookie draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
But we can do whatever we want. If we want to do a rookie-only league, it's just the 3 of us, and claim these rosters forever.
Oh, wow.
And then do every year's mock, just add those and stack,
Add those players, see
I'm
who
into
gets more
that.
points.
We
That'd be
can
fun.
put last year's mock in, I guess, if we wanted to. It's
Well, then we'd
can
have to make a
literally
big
do
deal
whatever we
out of
want.
the official mock. Because this is the practice one, but then we'd have the final mock draft.
Yeah, like the post NFL.
This coming from
draft.
a guy who literally just requested this exact roster.
That's fair.
But
I was just saying for rules' sake, it makes sense,
No, I'm with you. I'm just
These guys
saying,
could decide to play basketball all of a sudden. We don't know.
Trey McBride, right?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm just saying we can literally do anything we want because we're self-employed.
That's fair.
Damn right.
Hell yeah. Oh, the 3-2. The 3-2. You're looking so good over there, 3-2. Let me get a look at what I really want to say out loud. Oh, there's so many good wide receivers still on the board. It's hard for me to pick only one. Shit. It's hard. Man, it's hard. I'm just going to pick the one. Shit. Sorry, guys. This is stumping me. I'll just take Calvin Austin, Memphis wide receiver.
I'm into it.
I think it's good.
Probably going to be the fastest dude at the combine.
Oh yeah,
Quick feet. I can get off the line of scrimmage. That guy's fun to watch.
yeah. He's
He's
Weird.
a little guy.
yeah. It's just weird how much comes out of Memphis. I don't know how they missed that Big 12 invite.
Well, it might be coming now.
Yeah.
Shit. Looking at you, Darrell Henderson.
Yeah. He's not really the poster child. I mean, I think you probably put him third on the list after Pollard and Gibson, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Gainwell. Fuck, I don't even know, Time will tell.
Time will tell.
So many good guys.
Anyway, sorry, I had a thought, and then I lost it instantly. So at the 3-3, I am going to take... I actually like this guy. Not many people do, but I'm going to take Brian Robinson, the Alabama running back.
The Alabama Slammer?
The Alabama McSlammer.
Wait, that's Damian Harris. No, that's Derrick Henry. No. Josh Jacobs. I'm really out of guys.
I don't know, man. I don't hate taking a Alabama running back. He's older, but I feel like he's a pro-ready guy, not the crazy athlete that's going to come in and just blow you away. But I think he's just all right, and I'm happy to have him on my team.
Yeah, you can have him.
Preach.
I'm one of those people that's not a very big fan. So,
Yarp.
Yeah, not a big fan of Ramondre Stevenson either, I hear.
that is true. I was not.
Boom, roast.
So, joke's on me. So my instinct here says to take
Good call,
Khalil
player.
Shakir, but I have a lot of little
Ooh.
sub 200 guys already on my roster. So I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm going to go for Jalen Tolbert. He's a recent addition to my film watching. And I think he's pretty interesting, especially for like a later round guy in drafts. Sorry, I'm stalling because I'm on the wrong page of my notes. I'm still catching up. His size is really interesting. He's 6'3", and he's got like a really nice lanky catch radius, which makes him really fun to watch. And he can accelerate really quick, especially for his height. Like, he can fucking go, man. He runs super nice routes, and he just looks like, I don't know, it just looks like he's jogging, and he's just outrunning all these other guys. I know he's not, obviously, like he's hauling ass, but just for whatever it's worth, he just looks like a very natural runner. And dude, he had this stop and go that just absolutely destroyed somebody in the tape I was watching. So I like him a lot, other than he didn't play very good competition. And then his hands are definitely not the best, which is pretty important for playing receiver. I don't know.
I'd say so.
Dropping a few passes, it seemed like anytime there was contact on him, he like couldn't really handle it. It's a lot like, I don't know, Robbie Anderson, I guess.
Oof.
Would be a similar comparison. And I loved Robbie Anderson coming out, and always kind of did. Still like him, honestly. But so he's kind of in a similar vein. So I'll go ahead and at least change it up and take him. But I think Shakir would actually be who I took if I was here.
Nice.
Of course, you would take Shakir.
Well, that takes it to you, Mr. Daniel.
Fuck. How many more picks do I have? 1, 2,
3 picks.
3. This is perfect. I'm taking Shakir.
Okay.
So, yeah, dude's awesome. What do you want me to tell you about Shakir that you don't already know?
He's sick. I like him a lot.
Old backboard hands.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing. The backboard hands. Yeah, his
like
crazy
that.
catches, man. Watching that film really got me amped. And like I said, he's a guy that plays all over the field. They just want the ball in his hands, and he's a willing football player. And, there's not much more you can ask for him. He is averaging like 100 yards per game over 2 years, which is a production profile I can get behind all the way.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
what you want to do?
Like it. So at the 3-6, I'm going to take a tight end here, and I'm going to take Isaiah Likely. I love this guy. He played in a West Coast spread offense and
Dude,
played the wide, played the slot, played a tight end. This guy's got hands. I
They
like
play
it.
so many empty sets in that offense. It was really fun to watch that Coastal Carolina.
So
Yeah.
I think he definitely can be an asset somewhere. I think he needs to improve his blocking a little bit to be more of a team player. But hopefully that can be coached. And it looks like during the Senior Bowl drills, he kind of looked like he had the work ethic to improve on that, not necessarily the skill. So we'll see what happens.
You know what it looked like to me? It looked like he needs to be on a team that doesn't need a pass or a blocking tight end. So
Yeah.
that's because dude is sexy and fast.
I mean, yeah, boy.
He's big enough to break tackles and fuck up linebackers, but I don't think he's like,
Yeah.
not setting the edge or nothing.
Oh, yeah. He's a tight end, man.
Straight up.
That's true.
Darren Waller. No. Okay. Anyway.
Darren Waller's got like
All
2
right.
inches and 30 pounds on him. Or, probably not 30 pounds.
Athletic
Yeah, Isaiah
profile.
likely needs some more size for sure, but he is super fun to watch. I'm gonna keep the tight end train rolling, and I'm gonna go Jalen Weidermeyer. Just get myself covered in case McBride bounces out, which I don't think is gonna happen. But 2 tight ends. There's a lot more tight end premium leagues popping up around here, so let's do it. I like him.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Fun guy.
Yeah, I like all these tight ends. I just am not drafting any for funsies here.
Yeah.
Just doing me.
I wanted to rep the Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, I should really take Jalen Dub, but I'm glad you got out in front of that one for me. Really opened things up for me to take Sincere McCormick.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I treat I have a heavy tread, and I tend to put myself in a pretty deep rut and stay there. And that's what I'm doing with Sincere. Fucking love this dude, man. The more I watch, the more I love.
The UTSA heartthrob.
That's right, man. I'm gonna go to University of Texas San Antonio just so I can say that I'm a road runner too.
All right. At the 309, I'm going to take Justin Ross. I mean, keep it consistent with my injury-bugged team.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's the only thing hindering this guy from not being a first-round pick in the NFL draft. You go back to his 2018 campaign as a true freshman, breakout age of 17 years old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, outperforming the likes of T. Higgins, Hunter Renfrow, Amari Rodgers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yardage-wise, yeah, he was awesome, 6'4", then, of course, had the spinal fusion situation. But at the 309, I am happy to take the risk and hope that he reforms back into old self, but we'll see.
Yeah, man. 309 could be anybody. That could be the John Kelly pick. It could be the let's see, P. Ryan right there. It could be a DJ Dallas. You might as well stick it with someone who's actually proved they could do something in college.
You want to keep going?
No, man, it's all right.
I mean, you just gonna talk about all my third-round picks? We can talk. Hey, Hunter Renfrow was a third-round pick.
Absolutely.
And I dropped
him
who
I
week
took
3
around the 3-9 was Deontay Johnson. So
yeah, where is he at now on your roster?
Christian's roster.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Why don't we just
I won't
talk
bring
about
up-
Jamal Williams?
I won't bring up who I took in the third line last year because we've brought him up enough. But
Oh,
That wasn't the 3-9.
it wasn't a 3-9. I said third round.
I see you switching over to quarterback guru this year, man. You proved what you need to prove in the running back room.
right.
Oh, I hope so. I've actually been famously bad at reading what quarterbacks are going to be good. So honestly, I feel bad for Kenny Pickett that I'm all on him.
Hey, man.
But Speaking of quarterbacks, I think if I was building an actual roster here, or if we were doing some kind of weird rookie-only league, I would probably go Sam Howell, just to cover bases here. But I'm gonna have fun, and it's the 310, and just for athletic talent alone, let's just go ahead and throw James Cook on that roster.
Oh, the chef's brother.
Really? Okay.
God, that guy seems so exciting, but also like such a waste of a pick at the same time.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be, but I don't know. Am I gonna have more fun talking about the crazy athleticism and receiving skill of James Cook or Sam Howell, who's like Baker Mayfield?
Bro.
You know?
He's better than Baker.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just
not historically.
Yeah.
Just from what I've seen of Baker outside of college, it's hard to compare a guy struggling on a Browns team that was in the dumpster to Sam Howell. But anyway, I think your point is well received. So. At this point in the draft, I'm going to have to break away from my regularly scheduled program to take CJ Verdell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this guy is awesome. Obviously, 2 years is struggling with injury or playtime issues, but he's been a solid producer. As a sophomore, he had an amazing year, and I think he's capable of a lot of stuff if he can get a clean bill of health. And like you're saying, this is third round, baby. This is that time where, you can throw it into the pond, If it sinks, don't worry about it. Walk away, man.
Yeah, what's that 311? That could be your Josh Kelly's, your Michael Piron.
Absolutely.
No, I think Verdell's very interesting because I feel like last year was a stronger running back draft class. And before he decided to go back, we were all talking about him being in that second, third round draft capital territory, right? Am I crazy?
Oh, yeah. Like he was on the PFF big board like way too long. And it is a guy that I was peeping,
Yeah, exactly. Same here. That's why I just crazy get no love.
Freshman year, 1,000 yards. Sophomore year, 1,200 yards. Only 5 games the past 2 seasons, though.
So I think with the 312, I got 2 running backs that I'm kind of crushing on a little bit. We'll see what happens post-combine and into draft day. But a guy that I'm really on, an ex-Texas Longhorn, former USC Trojan. I'm talking Keontae Ingram.
Former Trojan, he didn't leave the Trojans. He left college.
Yeah, well, it's because he's too good for it and ready for the NFL. I'm just a fan of this guy. He came into the NCAA Texas at 6'2", 225, kind of slimmed down to 215. So I'm thinking when he weighs in at 220 at 6 feet, we're talking that superstar, that 90s rock, as Christian talked about last week, and good cuts, good bursts. I really like him. We'll see. I'm already gonna flag plant him as the James Robinson of the 2022 draft. So.
Jesus,
that's funny because I have someone that I've flag planted him as that has the same size, but I'll just tease it there. I'll tell you what I really wrote. Oh, well-rounded, but meh.
Oh, Keontae? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's got hands, man.
2 of them.
So that's it. So that wraps up the third round. So 3-1, Desmond Ritter. 3-2, Calvin Austin. 3-3, Brian Robinson. 3-4, Jalen Tolbert. 3-5, Khalil backboard hand Shakir. 306, Isaiah Likely. 307, Jalen Weidemeyer. 3-8, Sincere McCormick. 3-9, Justin Ross. 3-10, James Cook. 3-11, CJ Verdell. And 3-12, Keontae Ingram. So I feel like we failed to mention this is a single QB mock draft. So I think with this last maybe 10 minutes, we can just go through our consensus QB rankings. For those who enjoy Superflex for some reason, JK, I think you guys are cool. So, do we have the consensus rankings?
Yeah, it's
For
the
QBs?
fourth tab on the RDR rankings 2022 pre-combine. And I'll make it pretty for you.
So, RDR, so who's... Oh, so yeah, we're all over the board with these, huh?
Yeah, it is a little all over the board.
So, it looks like consensus for us is Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, so the funny thing about this is consensus-wise, it's really a close battle because we all had different number ones, so that throws off a consensus ranking pretty quick. So yeah, and then it's like a three-way tie for number two. So I'll let you do your thing, Mr. Announcer.
Well, I don't really know where to start. We didn't talk too much about this beforehand, but we just thought we'd throw a hand to you super flexers. So I personally have Matt Corral as my one, and then Christian has Kenny Pickett, and then Daniel here has Malik Willis. So I guess we should all make our argument.
So this is strictly fantasy. Like I'm not a huge believer in Malik Willis, but I think that someone who is going to utilize the two-sided approach he has to playing the game. It's a rushing upside. So as far as fantasy goes, that's what makes him more appealing to me. You know, if you have the baseline of a rushing quarterback and then you can build a potential passing quarterback on top of that, then you could have a superstar in the fantasy world. Obviously, I think Kenny Pickett is very pro-ready, but he may not have that floor coming in. Maybe you would like to tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I don't think that you're wrong. I just think you're optimistic about his accuracy issues. I just don't think he's going to be a consistent enough passer to even be effective.
Malik
Willis. I think if he is, you're absolutely right. He should be the number one guy because of his running ability. But I don't think, Coach can get head over heels about his running ability. But if he can't hit anybody, it's not going to work in the NFL eventually. So I see him more as Tyler Huntley.
Baller.
Yeah, baller, but you're not going to start him, I don't think. He's great if you need somebody to come in and kind of juice your offense as a backup. I just don't see him as a true starter, which tanks his ranking to me.
Well, it really depends on draft capital. But I'm not a huge fan of his. I just saw it pre-combine. Yeah. He probably seems like the guy with the biggest boom if it hits.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I am at. I am basically in between these two, where I'm fantasy. As far as fantasy goes, I obviously think Kenny Pickett is the top quarterback in the class, and I think he will have the most successful career as a passing quarterback. But Matt Corral also gives you that rushing upside, as well as pretty accurate arm in the intermediate range, not so much on the long range. So if he can have someone that drafts him that plays to that strength, I don't know, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who already run that kind of short game offense, with the option of if the play develops, I think he can extend the play and use his legs. And I think you can look at one of those quarterbacks that throws the ball 200 yards and rushes it for 60 with a touchdown or two, which to me, I think that's maybe a little better than a Kenny Pickett who maybe will throw for 250 and a touchdown. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, so landing spot dependent for these guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. That's going to change a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on Corral. Like I said earlier when I was talking about Ritter, I kind of have him as 3B to Ritter. I just think Corral needs a little more like work, so I think the risk is higher. So that's why I have him 3 with. Well, I technically have him 4, but I have him right there with Ritter. And I just think like Sam Howell at 2, he has the higher floor to me. Like Corral or Ritter could end up being like really bad if they don't fix certain issues, but they have a way higher ceiling. Whereas Sam Howell, I don't know. I think Sam Howell is going to be a decent starter in the league, maybe even more than that, like maybe an above average, and could even get to like a star level possibly. But I just think his floor is a lot lower, so it's like a safer choice.
Yeah. My take on Sam Howell is it depends on the coach. I think the guy has all the potential in the world. I think he was pretty tough as a runner, capable. I don't, I'm not going to say like Josh Allen style rushing upside, but so many people are seeing right. Exactly. I mean, he's so unafraid to run that he did it too early. And so if he can get a coach that can teach him, how to kind of up his game, we all saw what he did when he had those all-stars with him in UNC.
Oh yeah.
You put him on a roster with those same kind of all-stars in the NFL, a coach that can
talk about reuniting him with the Army.
Oh, dude, yeah, he would fit in. I think he'd fit in amazingly in Washington. That would be spectacular.
Yeah,
that'd be out of this world. So, and I think that's obtainable for them in the draft. I this goes back to the mock we just did, but it's so funny to me to look at how things have progressed over the last 3 years. I remember I took Joe Burrow with like the 202 or something, and then Tua and Herbert went in the 3rd round. And then last year, you guys were fighting over Zach Wilson, in the early 2nd. And now we're doing mocks where we're taking guys that aren't even promising, top 5 NFL picks in the middle of the 2nd. It's just kind of, even in single quarterback leagues, and it's the turnover, it's the aging out of some of the superstars. It kind of put more of an urgency in the quarterback position. So I think it is an important conversation to have.
Yeah, I don't think these guys go in the 2nd round if there wasn't such a need for quarterback in the league right now, for sure.
Absolutely.
But I think, as far as if you're listening, consensus for us is Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral, Malik Willis, Sam Howell, Desmond Ritter, Carson Strong, Bailey Zappi. But I feel like those 5 is what you're looking at. Who knows? Carson Strong might surprise some people, but
bionic knee might be what he needs.
Yeah, that's just the shitty part, is that he's got all the arm talent in the world, but he can't function in the NFL today. The defenders are too fast, pass rushers are too fast. He can't, if he's not able to move at least a little, it's just not going to work. And it sucks because he's really, really good.
Yeah.
In terms of throwing.
Yeah. I still take a small issue with him in that his lack of the ability to hit guys in stride. He has the arm, but I don't know. So a combination of the lack of understanding and then also the absence of mobility pretty much shut him down.
Yep. Well, I think that's a wrap on the mock draft. You got our quarterback rankings, so take those for what you will in your Superflex drafts. Good luck with your drafts. Good luck with the combine. I guess not really your drafts. If you're drafting now, I don't know why.
That'd be impressive.
Then maybe you'd end up with a team like Christian's, who we're actually going to make him keep this team.
Yep. Just him, though. The rest of us don't have to keep
others get to draft. He just has those spots that will draft around him. Perfect. But, hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube if you'd like. Listen to us on Spotify anywhere you can. But that's it. Rough Draft Research is out.
Sincerely.
Peace out, guys.
McCormick.